Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Satchwell, and this is my latest woodworking project. I'm going to donate this flag to the North Georgia Highland Games. It's a fundraiser for the Place of Hope, which is a foster family support group. I actually started this project a year ago, so I might look a little bit younger. The athletic part, and I was the judge there, was canceled due to Hurricane Helena. So it's back on this year, and I recently finished it. I hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching.
I have a Highland Games coming up this weekend where I'm going to be judging in Clayton, Georgia. And it's for, I think it's called the House of Hope or the Hope of something. I'll put the link below. But it's a fundraiser for foster families. And foster families are near and dear to my heart. Karen and I were a foster family home for 16 years. And I know how tough it is. You pour your love into these kids. You might have them for, in our case, we were an emergency home for a long time. So we might have them overnight. And we might get them in the middle of the night. We might have them for 3 days. Or we may end up adopting them like we did two of our children. So it's something that I want to try to contribute to and use my skills towards that. So the idea here is to create, and there are several of these on the internet, is to create a Scottish flag and a U.S. flag. Uh, I, I don't, I'm not excited about any of the designs I've seen. What I'd like to try to do is weave the two together. So that's what I'm attempting to do. I've got the St. Andrew's cross on here, and now I'm starting to see what the flag, uh, the U.S. flag might look like in and out of them. So that's the process here. Um, I'll keep you abreast, but I can't tape every component. But once I get it kind of mapped out the way I want it, I'll show it to you. Well, I'm ready for some carving. I spent all afternoon and a couple hours the next day, about 20 minutes, 30 minutes on that little piece. But I've got the union. This is going to be sky blue. I'm going to keep the cross here. Sky blue, red, white, and blue. Another sky blue over here. But a lot of sanding, a lot of planing, and a lot of marking with this little pencil. I've got it all glued down with the painter's tape and CA glue method. But that doesn't mean they're not going to pop off when I start carving this. So I've got to take it easy. Let's start carving. I'm not going to use a dust mask right now because I'm using an Arbortech planer and it throws off big chunks, as you'll see. Cuts all fine. Before I start this spine sanding, I like to use this big 6-inch 36 grit. It's kind of a polisher kind of thing. It's an old Sears 6-inch disc sander and polisher. It really kind of makes the whole flag flow a little bit better. It's kind of flexible, not as flexible as I'd like. I like this. I think it's too sharp, but the 36 grit really kind of takes it down to what you're going to see. So I'm going to round these over a little bit more. All right, switching now to my 2-inch random orderable Arbitec 80 grit. All right, I'm going to use this really spongy pad. Hard to line up sometimes. I use a couple of dowels. And I'm going to, again, use 80 grit. So what I'm going to do now, and I hope it's not a mistake, is I'm going to take this off of the plywood that it's on and ease the edges. When I burn this, in my past 2 US flags, I can't remember how I did it, and I don't want to go back and look at the videos, but I think I burned each piece individually. So right now, I'm going to take these pieces up, and this puzzle, I hope I can get it back together, and manually, with 120 paper, just ease the edges so that when I burn it, it'll burn down into these edges, because when I stain it, I'll be staining the inside as well. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'll be taking out all the tape. I really was amazed how well this tape held, actually. And I've got a piece of individual paper here to get into these little nooks and crannies that are really tight. And then I'll be burning it. So this is a pretty stiff nylon brush, and I'm just going to go over everything. It's still quite warm. I'm going to leave it out here and not take it in the basement. Make sure nothing starts fire. This one got a little darker than I wanted it to, so I'll try to scrub that a little bit more. So did this edge. All right, ready for some stain. It's ready for the finish. I'm a little concerned that I may have darkened it too much. I just don't know. But what I've done here, I've got a pile of rags, my old socks, and I've got the various colors laid out. And I tell you what, this puzzle could be confusing, especially to an old man like me. So what I've done, I've gone through and marked everything. So this is the Union, U.S. Union. This is the St. Andrew's White. I've got a red at the top and a red at the bottom. So I'm going to like explode this thing. I think I'll start with the red. Sherwin-Williams mixed this up for me, and they call it Scarlet. This is what I use for my other U.S. flags. Stir this up well. I'm not, this side is going to be black, so I'm not worried about that, but I do want to go down the edge of this because it could show.
And I'm putting it on pretty light. And I don't think I did get it too dark. Don't want to put too much paint on this because it's got to be glued together. And it's too soon to wipe it off. This is another US red. So I think what I'll do is go through all the reds here so I can put them back in place. So far, everything has been stains, or well, this was actually paint. When I went to Sherwin-Williams, I had a sample of the number. If you look up the Scottish flag colors, it'll give you a number, and they were able to make that for me. This is not. This is a color wash. I've used this on my other flags. Some people just use the white and leave it as white wood. What I'm planning to do here is give the Scottish flag 2 coats of this because it goes on very thin, and the US flag just 1. So I got this on sale. It's another Minwax product. I got it on sale at Lowe's. It was in the discount thing. So this is a St. Andrew's cross. Maybe I'll just not wipe it off as much. And this is a US flag. So that's so far. If I can get the puzzle back together, might have to call in one of my grandkids. But so far, I'm really pleased with it. I've got, when everything is finished, I'll put the union up there and where it belongs and draw in the stars. I'll be hand carving those. So that's the US. This, of course, is the Scottish cross. So I'm going to put this on pretty thick. As this dries, as this whitewash colorant dries, it will lighten up quite a bit. Time to carve. One. Well, to be honest with you, I've had it at this point for several days and just been avoiding doing the glue up because it's not going to be an easy glue up. And when you squeeze triangles like this together, they just slide. So it's going to be tricky. I'm going to glue it up in stages. I've got pretty good seams here. I'm really pleased with them. I'm going to use a technique where I'm going to use Titebond 2 and medium super glue. I don't want the Titebond 2 to come up through there because it'll be able to see it. So I've decided to glue this section up first. There's one red stripe that goes behind under it, and a little part of the St. Andrew's cross. And I think it'll be a lot easier if this piece is already glued. This is the most complicated piece I have. So what I'll do here, you don't need to put glue on both pieces, just one is enough. I'll put the glue on the bottom half. I'll be generous with it and hope to get some squeeze out on the bottom. I don't want any squeeze out on top. And I could nail this as I go. I don't want nails in it. I think I'll leave that there because I think I'll put this piece in first. I don't want to drip glue on, so I just need it here. And this one doesn't matter. And there I did. I got glue on the flag. All right, so this is medium star bond. Man, it's awful thin for medium. I'm not going to put accelerator on it. I'm going to squeeze those two together. On this end grain, it's okay to let it sit here for a few minutes and then reapply glue. It's going to soak in. I just opened that up as I pushed that in. That's what I was talking about. All right. I'm going to hold this here for a few minutes, but I'm not going to bore you with it. I'll turn the camera on to high speed and do as much as I can, as much as I feel comfortable with.